Oh, this is actually my first live. Check it out. I thought I was doing it right by recording it first and then uploading it. I'm not that good at this, y'all. Let me move my little pillows and my little crap out the way. Cause look, here it is. I'm actually on live. I didn't even know how to do this, man. I'm really shocked right now. And I'm happy though. I'm really happy because I didn't know how to do this. This is crazy. Look, you can put my phone in the shot and all that. Y'all see my little ring light, man. You see my ring light. Well, in case you don't know, because I can pull this back over the minute if you want to. This is Hood from Hood Films. This is my company, Hood Films is my company. This is Hood. I'm the CEO. So where do I have to go? More this way? It's like a more wider screen for me, y'all. So just give me a second to adjust because this is my point. I was trying to work on my little machine here, but it's got some tweaks going because of the air. It got dust in a little side patch, even though I got a whole case for it. Dust has got into the side a little bit where the SD card go. So it won't work. It's keep telling me it don't have a card inside there. What did it actually do? I reset the thing. I looked up YouTube videos on it. It's just crazy. So enough of this crap, but that's what I was working on. So I just decided to try to go live because I was wondering how it would work. I see people doing it, but that's my first time doing it. Now I have went live before, but that's before I revamped this channel because I was just dabbling with this channel for many years because I didn't know exactly how to work it. But like, subscribe. Thanks for coming. Thanks for checking us out. I'm going to get right into it. So what's going on is I am a fan of Corey HOLCOMB. I watch his show every year. I'm going to tell you, I've been watching the 5150 show for 10 years. Every week they come on YouTube. Maybe I mess up, but I just keep up with it because it's funny as fuck. And if you know who Corey HOLCOMB is, you know he like really off the cuff with it. He just say what the fuck he want to say. He don't give a fuck. So as I'm watching the show, I'm kicking it with them. I'm laughing with them every week. So he got the woman on the show is a person who used to be with Ice-T, his ex-wife, his ex-girlfriend. They was together. They got a kid. But back in the day, she was on his record cover. And so that's how I remember her. Get guys coming to high school with the picture of her on the cover. Like, damn, man, look at Ice-T lady. We all like, oh, shit, she fine. Blah, blah, blah. Make a long story short. So they got a show, and she's his partner on 5150 show. Corey HOLCOMB. If you haven't never seen it, come on, like I think Wednesday morning is when I see it. And it's funny as fuck. I laugh all the time watching it. I just let it play while I do work. So make a long story short, they've been having some beefs recently. Like, so them being on the show together, they've been running into some issues. So they literally been like having some battles and shit like that. So Corey is like one of them kind of people just like me, where he don't bite his tongue. If he got something to say, he gonna say it. And it just might be a point where it might be embarrassing to you. So here's what I'm trying to say by that. So say you know a person like Corey HOLCOMB or me, or persons like you might know somewhere yourself, a person like this. And you might say, hey, man, my motherfucking back hurting like a motherfucking shit, man. I think I need to drink more water and some shit like that. Man, plus, man, my lady got into a fight and shit, and she come through the motherfucking thing and threw an elbow. It fucked me up. Y'all homies. Y'all just said that. You just said this to your friend. Y'all kicking it. Whatever. A year go by. 2 years go by. You kicking it again. That friend around. Maybe it's another scenario. Y'all all together in the scenario. It's other people in y'all room. Not the same people it was that day 2 years prior. You even forgot this happened. But now y'all around each other. And y'all, again, your friends and this person say something, maybe something like, hey, get up there and grab that thing. Nigga, I'm not finna get that shit up there. I don't feel like getting up. You saying to the person, I don't feel like getting up. The guy asking you, hey, could you get up there? The Corey HOLCOMB person or my character saying, get up and grab that for me. And you like, I don't feel like grabbing that. The fuck you talking about? No, man. And there's a bunch of other people around. So he be like, man, you pussy ass, man. Or he just say some foul shit off the cup to you. Like, damn, man, why you bullshit, man? Oh, that's right. Your wife elbowed your ass in the back that motherfucking day. And you sitting back like, wait a minute. I told that nigga that 2 years ago. Wait. You still remember that shit? Why the fuck you gonna try to throw that up at me when I'm sitting in the room? Because I didn't want to grab something. So what happens is in friendships, it just started stretching. And sometimes people cross the line. And so if you don't speak up for yourself, there'll never be clarity. There'll never be understanding. It'll always be somebody crossing the line with you because they feel like, you didn't say shit the last time. They don't be complaining about that. They might even brag to other people. Hey, every time I go around that motherfucker, I do this. And so That's what I want to mention, this characterization that they was having with Corey Holcomb. They all mad at him because of his personality. Well, I look at it like, well, shit, y'all on his show, the other guy name is the voice of reason, and he is a dude that too, but sometimes he get to the point where he's trying to act like he's a person that read a lot, he's intelligent, he's not really, you can't push him past he's a man, so you can't push him. He's okay. He's not going to go further than he's supposed to. But what happened is he actually did. They were sitting on the show, drinking, kicking it, having a good time, and this other guy was on there, Ari Spears, just about 2 or 3 years ago. And so the guy, and that's what he called himself. He's really cool. He's don't seem like a bad person. And I'm like, they're a grown ass man too. He's not like a teenager, he's an older guy. And so he on the show, they always talk about everything. They talk about any and everything, crack jokes, laugh, girls, whatever. So anyway, at this time, not this particular one, I'm talking about the scenario. I'm talking about giving you a past scenario. So in the past scenario, and like and subscribe, because I'm breaking all the shit down to you. He got a comedian, Ari Spears on there. Ari Spears on there. He's a comedian, funny as fuck. He drinking, getting fucked up, kicking it, talking shit. He don't know that this guy's not a comedian. So the guy is uncomfortable. It's just how it is sometimes. He just not feeling him. He like, yo, man, quit elbowing me, quit doing this, man. Yeah, calm down, relax. Ari Spears, a comedian, he getting drunk, talking shit. Yeah, man, he been watching the show just like anybody else. So his assumption is like, man, you get on 5150 and go crazy. And 5450 is basically like what they call it if you go to the crazy house in New York, LA rather. So, the 187 is a murder, the 211 is a robbery. So if the police are called out and it's a crazy person at the end, then they'll say, hey, we got a 5150, and then that's what you got to go as a cop and go get to the bottom of that. But so that's what he called the show. So it's almost like on the show, you get to say what you want to say, be how you want to be, talk kind of shit you want to talk, laugh, kick it, go wow. It's no control. You can do what the fuck you want to do. And so that's what I thought it was all about. So old boy got on the show, and Zoe Williams, which is the person who is named the voice of his other moniker is the voice of reason. He get mad at the guy. He jump up because he talking shit like, yeah, you light-skinned motherfucker, I beat your ass. Ari Spears is a comedian. He talking mad shit. He getting drunk. And Ari Spears, Zoe Williams, they were sitting right next to each other. He jumped up, beep, trying to knock the nigga out. It was a big old fight on Corey Holcomb show, and it went crazy, and they broke it up. But then, Ari Spears left the show. But when he left the show, he basically left the show mad, and he left the show like, I'm finna motherfucking talk shit and goddamn it, say something about how I got treated on this show. Like, what the fuck, y'all jumping me? That's how he felt. Like, you jumping me on the fucking show. What the fuck, man? And Corey Holcomb and I'm like, no, nigga, you was talking shit. There was some bitch ass shit you said to him, and old boy felt like he was gonna defend himself. So Ari Spears went to his lawyers, and he was like, I'm finna go holler at these motherfucking lawyers. He got the lawyers, he grabbed some lawyers, and when he got the lawyers was like, yo, we're gonna sue Corey Holcomb. So Corey Holcomb about to get sued, so he had to come up with lawyer money for himself. So he had to get 20 G's up to his lawyers. And so eventually the Ari Spears person, he dropped this situation because he had to continue to pay the lawyers on his side too. So Corey Holcomb just out of $20,000 fighting. But basically if somebody was in this room with me and they two started fighting and they said like, hey man, that guy jumped me, I'm suing you because I was at your place. And so Corey Holcomb took that on the chin. He put the 20 G's up, and eventually after a while, he mentioned it on the show. This is a while ago. This is I'm just giving y'all that backstory so you know how the beef got germinated between Zoe Williams and Corey Holcomb. So now you fast forward to today. That's just the backstory that happened already. Corey Holcomb paid 20 G's for something that this guy did. So after he paid the money, he mentioned it on the show. Like, I paid 20 G's for the situation you did. Dude was like, damn, straight up, I didn't know that. You never said that. I'm just letting you know I did. It's squashed now. I'm a man about it. I put the money up, so it's over with. So they let it go. So now, today, the show was today it was on, Corey Holcomb has been going off on the lady on the show, which is the woman I described earlier. She used to be the girlfriend for Ice-T in real life. So she's on the show every weekend. She always, so now they get people to send in stuff, and then they look at their stuff and say, hey, go buy this stuff from this person, or go to their website, and here goes, they show examples of people's products. But also, Corey Holcomb is trying to sell product. It's a pandemic. He got his own products. He's coming up with trying to sell them. He's trying to put stuff together. And so he feels like that old girl, every time he talk about his products, like, yeah, man, I got this shit, we popping out with this. She always be like, that bullshit. I'm like, whatever. Fuck that shit. Okay, guys, now it's my turn. This was sent in from Jeremy Jackson from California, and you know, we like this shit, you know, fuck with. And so that's how Corey felt like, damn, every time I talk about my shit, which is the shit to keep the show going, you down on my shit and you big up in these motherfuckers shit who send shit in. So a girl don't see that. She, what the fuck you talking about? I'm not doing no shit like that. I don't feel like, there you are. So he feel like this about her. It's his show. This is his feeling. So they go into an argument. Probably took about 10-minute argument where Corey was just outing her like, I don't like how you act on this mode. This is what you keep doing. When I say this kind of shit, you tweaking on me because you know Corey say foul shit. That's what he's a shock job in the comedy world. So he say some ill shit, and it's just what it is. So it make a long story short, the girl like, no, I'm not tweaking. I'm not saying that kind of shit. You just got some shit you going through or whatever, and I don't know why you bugging out on me. And he like, no, this is what it is. And I'm just gonna keep it real because that's just who the fuck I am. If I feel like you rocking like this, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna call your ass out on it. So Zoe Williams kick in. This today's show. Corey cussed old girl out. Not necessarily in cuss words, but he cussed out. Get it off his chest how he felt. I got some good, y'all. So make a long story short. The Zoe Williams guy, he kick it in. He like, yo, Corey. So the female problem is that Corey, I want to say she feels like he calls her out. No, okay, here it is. She feels like he calls other people out for things. So Corey might say about a person, that person gay, or that person a bitch ass nigga, or that person a fake nigga, or that person lied. So they got another person that's on the show that Corey is cool with. And he's been cool with this guy for mad years. He's from Chicago, where I am. And that's really the reason why I'm talking about this, because I met this guy who he's talking about 10 years ago when I was in LA. And the guy called himself the alpha male. And so by calling himself the alpha male, he got this persona that he put on stage as a comedian. And so they got their little stuff behind the scenes as comedians, where I guess it's like that guy's been stealing some other person's jokes or stealing Corey jokes. It swung around. Corey heard about it. Well, that's not the scenario. The scenario is in the recent months or days, Corey HOLCOMB actually was on the show, and he said, yo, how many motherfuckers be cheating on their girl? Nigga, when we go out of town, we be fucking bitches on out of town. We used to fuck bitches out of town. And old boy's like, I don't. No, I don't. And Corey like, what? Nigga, I've been with your ass when you got bitches out of town. But dude don't want to out himself like that because he actually lives with his woman. They live together. So he like, I'm not going to put myself out like that. Fuck my relationship and situation with my lady. And Corey, you ain't an alpha male then. If you live with your woman and you can't motherfucking say and be how the fuck your ass want to be, then you ain't no alpha male. That make you a fake ass nigga. So then Corey go off into another tangent. Plus you walk around saying you GD and you from fucking Hazelcrest or one of the neighborhood of Flossmoor, the suburbs in Chicago. Not the hood. And Corey grew up in the projects of fucking Robert Taylor home. So he know GD shit. He know what the fuck is going on because it's real life in Chi-Town, and that's one of the major gangs. So he's like, you ain't GD, and you just up in LA because can't nobody run up on you out here, and you claiming you GD, but you really from fucking Homewood, Flossmoor, some shit like that. And so that you can't do that in Chicago, in case you don't know that. That's not how it goes. You got to be from the city. You got to be plugged in the city. Now it's probably not like that, but back in the 80s and 90s when I was young, that's what it was. So Corey coming at him like, what the fuck? You a fake. You faking on the fact that you don't cheat on your bitch. You faking on the fact that you claiming you're an alpha male and you live with your woman, and you faking on the fact that you're a gangster and you ain't a gangster. So old boy came back to Corey and he was like, yeah, nigga, and your kid came out here and you did this to whatever to your kid and you disrespect, blah, blah, blah. So Corey like, oh shit. So they had this real big beef, even though they friends from Chicago. So the lady is like, I don't like how you outed him. I don't like how you think that he should do things your way or have your ideology or have your mindset on issues. If you believe this is something, somebody else could think a whole nother way. So that's what got him and her arguing. So then Joe Williams jumped in to try to clean Corey up off her because he was going hard on this lady. She taking it. They've been there for 10 years. She's taking the harping on it, almost like your boss coming down on you. So she's not trying to really hard back because she probably benefit from the show in her own way. So make a long story short, the guy Corey, Joe Williams, the voice of reason, he started talking shit. Now Corey get like, yeah, it's about time we get this shit out in the motherfucking open. I'm sitting back like, well, what the fuck you talking about? And Corey go crazy. Man, I'm telling you, man, Corey Webber's down there fought this nigga, man. I'm not fucking joking. Corey HOLCOMB didn't fault this nigga. You gotta see the video. Corey go to fuck crazy. He like, nigga, your motherfucking ass did all this shit and you got me caught. I paid $20,000 for you, and dude going off too. Dude snap. He like, what the fuck you talking about, nigga? You a hypocrite because I told you just 2 weeks ago that I'll pay your motherfucking $20,000 back. And what you tell me? And Corey told you, I don't need your money. I don't need, he said, you don't need my money, but now you're trying to out me in front of your motherfucking fans. What the fuck you talking about? That's hypocritical. And then Corey flipped, man. I'm talking about this nigga. I ain't never seen him like that. I don't know Corey HOLCOMB personally, but I know he's from the Chi, and I know how it is, and I know how he gonna kick it if he out in the public, if he from this area. He flipped. He like, motherfucker, nigga, hey, boy, man, you don't understand, nigga. I ain't Aries Spears. I ain't Aries Spears. You whooped his ass, nigga. That ain't me. Fuck you want to do? Nigga, quit talking shit to me. And man, Corey flipped the fuck out. And everybody else on the show was just quiet like this. There's about 2 or 3 other people on the show that's just sitting there quiet. Now, they not being like, hey, y'all chill, man. Hey, bro, relax, calm down. That's probably how I would have been. But when I see people conduct like that, I must be like, man, don't mind your business. Let motherfuckers tear this bitch up if they want to do. Don't get nobody grown goddamn business. So they snap it. Corey like, you know, boy, like, nigga, you, because Corey come out there, boy, so Williams, he said, yeah, I thought to pay that $20,000, you the weakest link in my clique. I don't hang with motherfuckers like you, nigga. You the weakest link in my motherfucking clique. And that hurt old boy. Oh boy, like, what the fuck you mean I'm the weakest link, man? I've been loyal to you. I brought all kind of people to you. I brought all kind of people on the show. What the fuck you talking about? I'm the weakest link, nigga. I helped you out in so many ways. And Corey, like, I helped you back out, nigga. I've been on your show and all that shit. But you need to get the fuck lost. It's been 10 years. Get the fuck on. We airing that shit out right now for the new year. Get your motherfucking ass lost. And Corey and dude, like, man, that's bogus as hell because I put in my time with you and fuck you in, nigga. It's all like that. He was like, we can go outside. And goddamn it, he said, we can just figure that shit out right here, or we can take it outside. And then Corey flipped. Corey flipped. He was like, nigga, don't say nothing about fighting. Don't say nothing about fighting, nigga. You better not say nothing about fighting. Anything you say about fighting, nigga, it's going to be a bad response, and it's going to be on you. The dude sitting there like, he ain't never seen Corey like this. Dude, like, he said, any motherfucking conversation about fighting, and it's going to be a motherfucking problem for you. Nigga, I ain't Aries Spears and I ain't dude. Now what the fuck? And dude sitting back like, oh shit. Corey flipping, G. I'm talking about he flipping. He like, nigga, if you say any more motherfucking conversation about fighting, nigga, it's gonna be a fucking problem. And I'm talking about right now. And dude sitting back like, you could tell dude is diminishing. Dude is dropping in his motherfucking seat. He like, okay, fuck fighting. Like he kind of like said, like, forget the fighting part. Like he just, and I'm going crazy because I'm like, nigga, first of all, you should have just managed your business. He hollering at old girl. You already got a situation with him that y'all ain't mended. Just chill and shut the fuck up. He, even at the end of the argument, he say, Darlene a female. I know she just be doing some shit, but at the end of the day, I do believe she got my back. So technically, he wasn't even really arguing her like that it was going to be some heavy-duty thing. But when he jumped in it, Joe Williams jumped in it, it just flipped Corey off the deep end. And he's like, nigga, I'll beat your ass. Nigga, you don't need to be over here no motherfucking more. If I'm a fake nigga, if I'm a whole nigga, I'm going to fuck you on my damn show. I mean, he went the fuck crazy. I was like, damn, what the fuck? Hey, this is my first live stream, and I'm doing that about Corey HOLCOMB. That shit fucked my head up, nigga. I'm like, I thought they was homies. I literally have been watching these motherfuckers talk shit and kick it for years. Every week, they come on once a week. The niggas don't even do 2-3 shows. One time a week, they pop up there, and I just let the shit play. It's about 2 hours every time you get it. It's been years I've been rocking with them, and I've never seen it get to this point. But now it's like, you know, some people have come and gone on the show. Some people have come and left and built their own podcast. But these people keep coming back. Zoe and Darlene. And Corey is one of them people who sabotage his Hollywood demonstration because he go up in there and say whatever the fuck he want to say. He don't give a fuck about no agent, no manager, no give me a chance in Hollywood. He don't give a fuck about that. He just go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy his art because he believes in freedom of doing whatever the fuck he want to do and not doing it to try to fit inside somebody's spec. The fuck they got going. And that's critical. That's critical in anything you do because especially with me a filmmaker, I'm not trying to go sit up in nobody's thing and make them feel happy and comfortable when they see me because as soon as there's some disrespect involved, I'm going to defend myself. And I'm going to say some shit. And I'm not the kind of person that's going to necessarily bust you out if you lying all the time. I'm just going to get away from you because that's what I want. how to do it my old age. It's like, if you see a motherfucker just sitting around all the time lying and shit, you know, I got family members like that. They just be lying about shit. I just get away from them because I don't have to be around that. I ain't got to keep your lie for you. I ain't got to fake for you. I just, nigga, fuck away from me because I don't kick it off lies. I don't give a fuck who don't like me, who down with me, who cool with me, who like me. That's on you. I came out of a coochie when I got on this planet. And that's one motherfucker who came out that coochie on that day, June 7th. Myself was the only one who came out that motherfucker. One day on this earth, I'm going to be dead. There will be only one person in that box, that cemetery box, that whatever the fuck they call it, it's only going to be one person in it. So I can't concern myself with everybody else when everybody else got their own journey, practice, out direction, whatever the fuck they want to do. So you got to live yours and be happy to have yours. So I don't fault Corey on none of that shit because he's the same consistent person he's been all the time. Those other people on the show are hiding a fake bougie, which means they're over there trapping themselves. This is sad because it's crabs in a barrel. Zoe Williams is too smart to be trapped on his show. If you coming to blows, if you coming to disrespect, if it's coming to y'all ain't tight, fade the fuck up off a motherfucker and don't even come back. Or how it's handled in Chicago, fight that nigga. And goddamn it, fight his ass. Like, nigga, fuck you talking about, nigga. And I'm gonna be right back on the motherfucking show tomorrow, nigga. And it's like, oh, okay, well, shit. Now I know you're a man because I know if I say some shit, you're going to be ready to knock my motherfucking jaw. So let me not say no shit. And that's how Corey Holcomb going to respect him. And if it's not going to be some respect off that, there's going to be 1,500 fights. That's what it's going to be. Because every time you get disrespectful is every time I'm going to fight your motherfucking ass. I don't give a fuck where we at. You're going to say, damn, you know what? I'm 61. This nigga still trying to fight my ass over shit. Because that's how it is. Otherwise, don't say no disrespectful shit to me, or we just don't be around each other. But for the fact that they keep coming around Corey, it means that they got some agenda, some process, some practice that they're trying to get going. And so kind of like they want him to change. It's like being in a long-term relationship and then you finally got your degree or you finally got the good job. They gave you the fucking promotion or whatever. And now you're looking at your significant other like, when are you going to get back to school? When you gonna get your education? You know, you never did finish your PhD and degree and the EHD and a diploma. You like relationship, like what? What the fuck you talking about? Well, you know, since I just got my stuff, I kind of want to elevate. I want everybody around me to be educated. What? Didn't I just pay for your motherfucking education by working every goddamn day while you took your motherfucking ass to work, to class, and work? What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, but see, now that I'm in there, you can go back and change your... No, motherfucker. This is who I am. I'm not finna go sit up in nobody's goddamn class because your ass like books. Accept me for who the fuck I am or bounce. That's it. You can't come around here saying, damn, you smoke all that motherfucking weed. Yeah, because I was smoking weed when your ass met me. Now, if you don't like marijuana, you should write the motherfucking senator and tell him to stop it. But don't think I'm finna quit smoking some fucking weed because you figured some shit out. I don't know what the hell you fucking learn. But that's on you. This is what I like to do. Don't do it. Them are your lungs. You should not smoke weed. Matter of fact, I'll tell you, don't smoke weed because you shouldn't do it if it ain't something you're interested in. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink hard liquor. You won't see a fifth of Seagrams and shit and fucking Patrons and all that around here. That's not my thing. I'm not going to go buy it. I'm not going to put money on it. I ain't looking to go get one there for the holiday season. And all. That's not my thing. So I'm not concerned about a person who go buy 25ths and they was sitting up getting drunk all night. I ain't mad at you. I ain't gonna be calling y'all like, man, y'all need to go to church. Do you? If you fucking drink for motherfucking parties and that's the shit that gets you going, fucking do you. I don't give a fuck what you do. So I mentioned all those points because they go on his show and they expect him to become what they want from him. And that's just not gonna happen. Somebody that's up in age and who the fuck they want to be, just you go be you. And if they was just being them instead of sitting back saying, hey, but look what you did, even Zoe Williams, I had called my lady during the middle of it because I was like, damn, my favorite show that I watched, they're about to have a goddamn fight on this motherfucker. Is this real? And so I called and I cut the show back on when I got out before. And so I told her, I was like, it seemed like Zoe Williams was some whole shit because, first of all, you're taking up for old girl. Second of all, you got your own situation that y'all didn't clear because you jumped the nigga on the show, which you embarrassed his show. Period. It don't matter if you did it because he said whatever he said. You did that, and that's what Corey said. He's called dude a hypocrite. He said you got your face mask on for COVID, But then now he keep his face mask on every show. He just keep his face mask on. So then now that he want to get and argue and get a point across, he put his face mask down. And Corey said, that's phony. Now, why all of a sudden you want to pull your face mask down to cuss us out and talk shit, but the whole 5-6 days or 2-3 weeks since the goddamn COVID been around, you wearing a damn mask every day. And, he didn't really have an answer for that. I didn't pick up on that, but Corey did, because he picked up little, I guess, innuendos and people like that and look at that and say, that's telling about yourself. I didn't capture that. But eventually the guy said he got his point across talking and shit, and then eventually I said he was on some whole shit when he said, it's a guy named Rizzi Islam that's famous on the internet for talking about politics. You can almost say he's the new version of Farrakhan, even though he like 20-something, maybe 30-something. He's really young. And so but he's smart and he's intelligent and he do the stuff that, we grew up understanding, which is a knowledge of self and telling people about Black power and blah, blah, blah. So he's a friend of Zoe Williams. So Zoe Williams brings him on Corey HOLCOMB show. Everybody know the kid. He's famous on the internet. So he's famous. So he comes on the show, and then Corey HOLCOMB, the guy said, Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, said that he gave this guy his contact on getting a book made. So the guy's a book writer, Rizzi Islam. So Zoe Williams gave him his connect to get him printed. So he got him in physical hand. So when he got on Corey HOLCOMB show, he had his physical book. And then he said, Corey, just what Zoe Williams said today, he said, you gave him a whole expose. Like you gave him like this whole 20-30 minute thing. Oh, he's the greatest, best writers of the time. Everybody go check him out, go after his shit. And I'm sitting back saying, what? And even Corey HOLCOMB sitting back saying, what? He said, that's bogus that you did that. That's not right. You up here giving him a chance and you ain't doing shit for me. And oh boy, and I'm sitting back to myself saying, come on, Zoe, you gotta not do that. You can't do that, because every single show for years, at the end of the show, he say, who got something to plug what you want to say. Everybody get to do it. He don't even tell you, all right, that's your time. We only get a 1 minute and a half to plug. So you can literally just bloviate. You can just talk as long as you want, but you talk and voice, you say what the fuck you want. Come to my show, Voice of Reason, come to my shit, Mansion, Mondays, whatever his shows is on Zoe Williams shows on his own YouTube page. So I thought that was foul, because I said he actually do give you a chance to talk, bro. It's that I don't know why you got jealous of what his relationship at his moment that he met Rizzi Islam. Rizzi Islam, a young kid in his 20s. He was on the show only that one time. Maybe he been on the show 3 or 4 times since then. But at that time, it was only that once when he had that book. But maybe he's been on the show a few more times. I've seen him on the show maybe one more time, if not twice since then. So he was looking at him like, damn, I didn't even know Corey was looking at it. So Williams like, I didn't even know you had that pent up in. Why you ain't never say that you thought I should give you more of a time on the show and all this shit. This was kind of like the argument was going down after the fact that Corey got to the point where he was like, I'm going to beat your ass in the show. And you could see old boy try to chill back because he did not want it with Corey. You know what I'm saying? And so it came to that. And it was like, damn. And I guess Corey kept acting the guy down after the end of it. You know what I'm saying? He said, I didn't know you felt like that. So he went around again to everybody like, who got something to plug. And when he came back to Corey, to the Voice of Reasons or Williams, he said, I ain't got nothing to plug. I ain't got nothing to plug. And that's I think makes it the end of the show. I think it's the end with that guy. I think he won't be back. Because, when you get threatened like that and somebody try to fight you and pull it to you to that extent, that's probably why he beat the shit out of or tried to fight every spirit, because he felt like, I don't want you back around me. Don't come back around me. So that moment right there, when it almost turned to a fight between Zoe Williams and Corey HOLCOMB, I think that ended the relationship because they didn't physically fight. So now that tension sustains. Since they didn't fight, that tension sustains. Now it's like, okay, are we ever going to fight? Could it be a day where we go ahead and get it in? So when you're a man, you can't really have a lot of people around you like that. It's almost like just cut to the chase, because why you can't have men around you like that is because anything can kick it off. And very small things. It's not something big. It could be something very little. And they can kick that shit off. And then you'd be like, whoa, now I'm in a fight for my life. When really all that happened was the motherfucker moved the chair. Literally, if you think about why I'm fighting right now, the fucking chair was moved. It wasn't like nobody threatened my mother or my child or put a gun to my head and I got to fight for my life. No, it was literally, I said, don't move the chair. He moved the chair. Now we fighting. But why? Because 40 other times you didn't go ahead and cross the line. You didn't go ahead and do it. You just was like, okay, hey, all right, just chill. Look, I don't feel like it right now. I've been through this more than once in my life where you just kind of chill and, almost, my father used to call it, you probably heard cliches like this, give a person enough rope to hang themselves. You know what I mean? Things, and that was cliches where you just like, okay, then finally they break the needle, and it's like, okay, now I'm finna respond, and it's gonna be a heavy goddamn response. And then it's like most times that person who you have to go out on after you didn't game a long time of building up shit, or they super respect you, they're like, oh shit, yeah, a long time ago, but he didn't, so I'm gonna go ahead and respect him and not even continue my bullshit. But then you got the other frame of thought, like my cousin, he kick it like that. This is his slogan. I don't know if you heard this slogan, but this is my cousin slogan. He told me this, and I agree with him a lot with this. He say, where you fuck up is where you're going to get fucked up. That's his slogan. Where you fuck up is where you're going to get fucked up. So for instance, if we out in the mall or in the store or the bank or something, and then you cross the line, well, right then in that store, at that bank, at that place is where the fuck the confrontation happened. Not when we leave, not when we back at home, not when we see each other a second time or a third time. It's like, nah, nigga, tonight, right now. So, you know what I'm saying? So those are two kind of different spectrums on how to handle conflict, but both of them have the benefits. So it's like with Tim in that show, the Corey and HOLCOMB show, it's been 10 years. So it's been a lot of buildup. They've had little breakouts where people tried to say something or cut each other off or get a point across, but it hasn't gotten physical. And not everything has to go physical. But when old boy Corey HOLCOMB kept saying, you my weakest link, he's basically telling him he don't respect him. Like, what are you doing around it? It's like, because, it's always like, it's like this. If you get a confrontation with somebody or anybody, and then the people that's around you, your personal secret circle, because you know who you talk to. I don't know the people. I know the people who I talk to. You know the humans who you talk to other than yourself. When you talk to that human, if that person, and I don't care who it is, from mama to cousin, sister, whoever that human is that's breathing, significant other, and you go to them and say, look, guess what happened at work today? Guess what happened? I went to the store. Guess what happened? I stopped over at my friend's house and watched the game. This happened, this happened, this happened. And then it was like this. And I was like, what the fuck? And I had to defend myself and say something back. And I had to repeat this and I had to yell. If that person turns it on you and keep turning it back on you and keep turning it back on you, you're gonna turn off talking to that person. You're gonna only want to speak to people so that they can understand where you're coming from and they can give you great information. You don't really want them to always be saying, well, that's kind of your fault because you did go over there. That's kind of your fault. You know how your attitude is. That's kind of your fault. You know you can't be doing it. When you get drunk, you know how you be. And you be sitting like, goddamn, I'm trying to tell you how I was just disrespected or taken advantage of, or somebody said the wrong thing to me, and you keep turning it back on me. Now, it's a lot of people in the Oprah Winfrey, Ayala Von worlds that say, yeah, that's exactly right because it's your fault. But at the end of the day, do you want to hear that? And that's the point I'm making. You don't really want a person chastising you about your issue, about what you need to fix. So when the people come on Corey HOLCOMB show, instead of just going on there, the 5150 being crazy and just being whoever the fuck, they go on there with their own sensibilities. And then it's like, hey, Corey, well, wait a minute. You did say this about religion. You said this about the gays. You said this about black women and white people. I can't agree with this. I just can't. And then it's like, well, what the hell are you coming back on here for? You can't come on here and think you're going to change my opinion and how the fuck I feel about some shit because you don't agree. Why are you here? What? Because this is the 5150. We're going crazy. We're saying wild shit. I don't want nobody on here saying, look, at the 1 hour and 28 minutes, you said this. I just can't believe you said that, because it's like, what are you fucking here for? Go where they kick it like you. Go where that type of stuff that you do is accepted. And then that way it can't be a problem. It can't be a problem, because why would that be a problem? Because the people who got your sensibilities and understand it from the way you have, and maybe the religious stuff or the, I don't know, the social stuff or metaphysical shit, all y'all got a whole blend, and it's not nothing problem. It's called a congregation, a church, a frat. They got words to describe memberships, subscriptions, that you can go around folks like you. But to come around somebody else and every time they doing themselves, all you got to do is criticize it, that's going to be a problem. And I see them doing that all the time, because I'm telling you, y'all, you have to watch the 5150 show. Corey Holcomb say the most outlandish, foul, degrading, illmatic shit that you can say, that you can muster up in a sentence and say, he's saying that shit on that show. It's funny. It's comical to me. I'm laughing. I'm like, oh my God, it's just stupid as hell. And, you know, if you know his comedy and how he kick it, you know, that's how he rock it. Like, he says shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when I was a kid, there was a comedian called Rodney Dangerfield. And you probably heard of him. And matter of fact, if you have, hit a like button or do something like that and let me know. Or hit the chat or something. So Rodney Dangerfield, when I was a kid, he used to always talk about how his wife was doing something foul. Yeah, my wife left me. And this was funny. We was little bitty children. I'm talking about 12, 13, 14, 15. And he used to be like, so eventually his comedy hit. It wasn't just Rodney Dangerfield, the old looking crazy white dude that was like looking weird. You can see him over here in the small, smoky little locations. Eventually he hit, and it hit right when I'm like 11 or 12 and rap music was taken over the world. And they used to have a Rodney Danger's song. And it was something like, oh, Daddy Rodney. And his song was his comedy. So his lyrics for the lyrics was his comedy skit. He would be like, yeah, my wife, she went to the kitchen. There goes that Rodney. And she saw me, she burned me with the toaster, whatever the joke was. And then the zinger, and then that's the comedy. And then the little girls be singing, they did the music video. I'm a kid watching this like, that is so funny. But imagine somebody coming to Rodney Dangerfield saying, hey, is this talking to your wife? You shouldn't treat women like that. Women are supposed to be treated. That don't mean that person's wrong. But if this is this man's shtick to put his music or his art or his bit out there, why is it you looking at him, downing him, saying, hey, your ideology about God, your ideology about religion or interracial marriages is just not right. It's like you should go where the people have your same psychology and mentality. And then you shouldn't be over here where you think I should change up or come from another perspective and all this shit. You know, so especially with a show called 5150. I mean, that is just cut and dry that should not be that. It should be simple, simplistic shit that you should be able to understand. That when you come over here, it's going to be crazy than motherfucker. That's why they call it 5150. Matter of fact, he can call the show crazy than motherfucker and it'll still say the same damn thing. Thank y'all for coming to this live, because I thought that live was actually recording the video with the web camera and then uploading it. I didn't understand that you can actually go to a section on YouTube called live. Now, when I was on YouTube years ago, I did see that, but I thought they had a new parameter where it was like, you need so many followers, you need so many subscriptions to do live again, because I wasn't really messing with YouTube. But in order to talk all this stuff that I talk and showcase my movies and do all this stuff, and you know, I have to be on the YouTube a lot more. So my other page is Hood Films TV, and my other one, my music page and my personal page is Yusef Hood, which is my first name and last name. So that being said, I'm going to jump this joint off into the second gear of this live, because I want to talk about white mob insurrection and all this stuff. And so it comes on YouTube, it comes on the news, you've been catching up with all of it, but here's what I've been hearing. So they got, Trump has signed the bill to send in the National Guards just in case when Biden get ready to do his inauguration next week, the white supremacists don't come down on that city and say we want to take over DC. So there's been a rumor saying it in all of the cities across America that they're gonna come over, the Proud Boys and whoever the fuck else is gonna come over and try to take over the White House and take over these cities. And they might not get the White House, but they're gonna try to take over different neighborhoods and stuff like that. I don't know if it's true or whatever, but that's like the rumor. And said also they got a perimeter now around the White House and around the city area, so it can stop people from getting close into that area now, versus how it was when the white people was able to just walk up on the shit and just take over the building whenever they felt like it. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like a real big question. But you know, I got it like this. In order for a 9/11 to happen, when 9/11 happened, that got the TSA. That made the TSA happened. So each president leaves the people with something. I don't know whether it's going to be, some kind of building, like they was trying to build some kind of museum for Obama at a lakefront in Chicago. I don't know if it's going to happen or whatever, but they was trying to do that. And they also was trying to, I think he implemented a lot of shit, but not for black people. You know what I'm saying? In his time, especially for the Mexicans and shit like that. So he did that, but we didn't benefit from it. So now with Trump, I think that this whole insurrection shit and white mob going crazy and white privilege happening like it is, I think that was just simply so that they can implement a new type of security that's going to be in DC and probably be in the other 50 states. That's just my opinion. That's just wasn't some fake insurrection. That's so that they could say, hey, now we need security guards to be in front of all of these DC buildings, and it's going to be a job you can get. You can retire from that job. It's going to be a federal job. Just like the TSA, it had to have a 9/11 for them to start thinking, oh, the airports are vulnerable. So now we just going to have a whole team of people who get federal money just working like that and go up in the airports and stop people from having whatever. And that's just the fucking world we in now. So I think that's what's going to happen with this whole idea of Trump signing up the National Guards to come out, because they're going to start saying, okay, as soon as he get out now, we're going to make sure that we got this amount of people who going to be security, or something's going to come out of it. And it's going to be something that's going to be happening forevermore. Like you'll see this new branch or this new thing come out of this insurrection. And when I say insurrection, you're talking basically about a bunch of people who are just living off of white privilege. I mean, they're rich. They live in areas of the world where blacks and minorities don't even come to. And if they are coming there, they have to be the second and third people in the damn list of, whoever is running the country or city or town. So it's not like you become a first-class citizen. You become a second-class citizen to whites. And for them to be able to just run up in some kind of company inside of a country building like that, a building that they force us to respect. Like you have to write these buildings down when you're doing some homework. It sounded like this when you were a kid. Like they make us know who these people are, know what's going on, and other people who in this earth that's human like us, but they don't have our skin color, they get to be above it. They say, hey, that's not America to me. If that's not America, then I'm going to fight. Well, black people haven't experienced America yet. Every time we try to experience some shit, some white people come up with a new rule that we can't learn about that's happening to us for 9 more damn years after it get implemented into play. And then you start looking at it and saying, man, we got all trapped in this little area. And they be telling you, oh, well, you know what that's called, right? Oh, yeah, that's called redlining. You're like, what? Redlining? What the fuck is redlining? Well, that's what you experience. You can't leave this area. And it just keep going further. Your father's not around here. Well, that's called the child support laws. You sitting back like, wait a minute, I just thought my daddy left. Like, no, he can't be in the house in order for the mother to get money from it. It's like rules and regulations that you didn't set up. Somebody white set it up. And then they even make it seem like that they're smart about setting something up that is hurting you. It's hurting your community. But they supposed to be smart because they don't want to set it up. It can't be. It can't be. It's supposed to be said as what it was, that it's negatively affecting us. It's not helping us. It's negatively affecting us. But now we got all the people up in DC getting ready for next week. And the Black Caucus got up there and had a long, big speech. I saw that today. I watched the whole thing. The Black Caucus talking. And you had Al Sharpton get up there, and he said that initially, when they did the Black Lives Matter march on the Washington Monument and all that shit at Washington Mall, they had them talk to 26 different agencies in order to get their contracts and permits. They had to talk to the police. They had to talk to the zoning people. They had to talk to all kinds of the U.S. Capitol people, the Washington Monument people, all of these, the Secret Service, this, that, and the other. He said we had to go through all these people to tell them that we want to have a Black Lives Matter march on the Washington Mall. He said then after we did all that, they made us pay a big ass fee for insurance so we can have all the police and everybody out there. He said then after we paid that money, we thinking we in the clear. We finna have our thing. We got this shit together. We went to all the people they say go to, and we fucking got it. He said right after that, they came to us and said, in order for y'all to go up there, you got to have a motherfucking COVID-19 compliance, the whole area. He like, we sitting back like, what the fuck? He said, so we actually had to go after being set up and pay this other money to get the shit COVID-19 compliant. Because for the people that come up there and don't nobody catch nothing and get sick, the people that's coming out to protest. So he was saying, if we did all that, what did they have to do to come and protest down in there? What forms did they have to fill out? What did they put down? Who did they speak to in order to get access to that area and access to the permits? How did they have permits? The white people who did the insurrection. So I just wondered to myself, was that anything for valid to what he was saying? Do you think that those people did something to pay some kind of fee? Did they go talk to somebody specific? Or did they just use white supremacy to just walk down there and do what the fuck they want to do? Get ready to start a civil war if they feel like it. You know, it just made me crazy thinking like, damn, they get to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And they lock niggas up for 10,000 times less. So to talk about last thing about that, Maxine Waters got on there and she's senator too. She said that she called the nigga who run the popos down at the U.S. Capitol. She said, I spoke to this motherfucker and I was like, look, these motherfuckers be putting a threat on my life. Should I be worried? He like, no, we got the popos on lock. We good. You ain't got to worry about nothing. He said, look, she said on her own press conference that she had earlier today with the Black Caucus, she said, I even asked him, yo, they got sniper motherfuckers that be up on the walls up there. Should I be worried about them? She said, this motherfucker said, rest assured you good. I got motherfuckers going to be up there. You ain't got to worry about nothing. She said, so I told the nigga, I say, look, they send hate voice messages that they'll kidnap me. What you got for that? He was like, we got cops, layers of cops. We got the police. We got the U.S. Capitol Police. We got all kind of motherfucking Secret Service. We ain't got to worry about nothing. Everybody going to be straight. She said, okay. Bam, hang the phone up. Next day, the insurrection happened. And she said they was stuck in limbo. Couldn't nobody be getting in contact with that guy. So it's like this, like you know, it was an inside job that all this shit happened. It was an inside job, and it's just really crazy. This is just dumb and sad, but you know what can you say and what can you do? So that will end this stream, which is a live stream. I've never done one before, especially this long, 47 minutes. I can't imagine if I did. I almost feel like I did years ago, but it wasn't nothing I cared about if I did. But I'm doing it now, and I think I want to keep it going so I can fill up. Because I sometimes see people, and there be a gang of people in the chats talking all kind of shit. And maybe I got to hit some kind of button that they can work or something. I don't know. Activate or something. I don't know. Participants, whatever the fuck. You know, well, I'll get back to that because I'm gonna do more of these. I'm gonna do more of these. So I should just hit the button. It stop you from having to edit so much, and it stop you from having to upload the upload problem. So I'm assuming this goes differently if it uploads. But you see my Hood the Filmmaker shirt. Hood the Film. I also call myself Hood the Filmmaker, and it's an LLC. So that's another one of my brands right here, man. I just be doing me. I do my thing. People used to call me the Hood Filmmaker, and I didn't like that. The Hood Filmmaker, that seemed too. But then when the kid came out with Chance the Rapper, I started thinking, I said the entertainer and Tyler the Creator. I say people do use that, so I was like, you know what? Let's just go with the filmmaker. And I know y'all love it. So if you really love it, you'll put Hood the Filmmaker or Hood Films inside Cash App and send me that 5Gs. I mean, you just do that. So thank you, my people. I appreciate y'all watching and coming back and checking me out. I'm going to be making more videos later. Check out the videos we got out right now. Check out the website, hoodfilms.com. Follow us on Instagram and all Twitters and them other Hood Films. Definitely check us out at Walmart. We got shirts and clothes at walmart.com. You can see the link right on my channel. And check out a new movie out called Killer Rapper. And that's also on my channel. All right, y'all. Peace.